Hey everybody, this is Joe over at Synergy 17. Um, Sometimes people load in material into their cutter and then they go to send their job to the cutter and they find out that it starts cutting but it stops or it didn't cut the whole graphic because it didn't actually fit. And some people think, well, I have a 15-inch or 19-inch wide roll of vinyl. How come it didn't fit? Well, in reality, what a cutter does is a cutter looks at the pinch rollers where they're located. They don't actually look at the vinyl itself. It actually looks at where the pinch rollers are, and it measures between the pinch rollers. So that's why it's always best to try to get your pinch rollers as wide as possible, under the little white marks, at least on the GCC. That way you get the most material out of it. So one thing that I know OOBling can do, and maybe some other softwares can do it, is something called pull the plotter, which means when you tell the plotter to measure material, it's stored in the cutter. Well, once you go into the software, you want to tell it how wide is my material. So for example, here I have the word baseball, and it's 12 inches, 12.6 to be exact. If I go into my cutter, you can see that this is a 24-inch cutter, but that doesn't mean that's how big my material is. So there's an option here called pull the plotter, and if I click this button, it reads it and it says I only have a 9.97 inch wide material. So I could tell right there that my baseball will not fit in on that sheet. So anyways, that's just a good way of testing out to see if something will fit. So now that I know how wide that is, I can make this 9 inches. And now if I go back in there to cut, and I hit pull the plotter, I could tell that it's going to fit within my material. So I'm not sure what other programs can do that. I think Great Cut can do it. I'm not sure about WinPC, but look for that option. It's called pull the plotter, or basically talk to the plotter. Okay, thanks.